If you've been struggling to get clients in your real estate business for a while now, it might be because you think that lead generation is complicated, you don't know the right way to generate leads, or you are relying on other people to bring you the best leads for your real estate business. And I get it. Lead generation can feel overwhelming and like this big thing that you have to do. And there is so much information about lead generation. So let's break down the path and the simple way for you to start generating leads on your own so you can rely less on other people and you can find lead generation strategies that you enjoy and you look forward to help you to connect with your ideal clients. My name is Braiden McKee, and I teach real estate agents content marketing strategies to help them to get their real estate business found, to generate leads, and to convert more leads into clients. Today, I'm going to give you 5 different lead generation strategies for your real estate business. And the best news of all is that they do not include cold calling and door knocking. So whether you are a brand new real estate agent or maybe you've been at this a while and you've either been on a team and you're wanting to branch out on your own, or you are just sick and tired of relying on companies like Zillow and Realtor and Homes.com to be sending you good quality leads, this video is for you. Okay, so let's talk about the very first lead generation strategy, and that is going to be Facebook groups. Now, hear me out if you think that Facebook is not like the modern social media platform. Facebook is still a top used social media platform by many demographics. And while some younger demographics may be more prone to apps like Instagram or TikTok, it is still a very viable platform. And the great news is that Facebook is a platform where people typically go to engage, they go to ask questions, they go to share and contribute their opinions as well. So one thing that I want you to do is I want you to consider either creating and or you can do both, joining local Facebook groups. I want you to think about your local community and who do you relate to? If you are maybe a military spouse, is there a military spouse's Facebook group or a military community Facebook group in your area? If you're a mom, if you are maybe into fitness or you are into a certain hobby, right? Join those local groups. You can also join the local buy and sell groups. And what I want you to do in this strategy is I want you to really just come from a place of contribution. The great news about Facebook is that you can actually generate a lot of real estate leads in Facebook groups specifically without having to publish a lot of content. So what you can do is you can go inside of these Facebook groups and you can see which groups are active and which groups have people asking questions. You can answer questions about things to do. Maybe somebody's looking for advice about schools, right? When people are asking questions, they're asking for information. You can create posts here and there about local things to do. And then when someone starts asking about real estate or they're asking for real estate recommendations, advice, or maybe they're looking for an agent specifically, you have been contributing all this time in the Facebook group and you can offer your services. Maybe you have a guide or some kind of lead magnet you can offer them right up front, and you can put yourself in the running to earn that business. Now, if you want to go next level above and beyond with this strategy, it would be to take conversations that you're having in the comment section and DM those people that you're really connecting with. Invite them out to a play date at the park, or maybe you want to say, hey, I've really enjoyed talking with you. I just wanted to know if you wanted to get coffee sometime. I'd love to connect with you and learn more about you. You can build relationships. Maybe you start a meetup and you're like, hey, I really enjoyed getting to know you guys from this group. Let's do a meetup Saturday. We're going to go do, a girls walk in the morning at whatever location, right? You can take this strategy and you can scale it up. So you do, the comment section, and then you go into DM conversations, you do meetups and then group meetups, and it's really scalable to continue to go deep into that one strategy. So I love Facebook groups. I love creating Facebook groups and building up that community. But if you don't feel like you have the capacity for that, or you're like, I need I can't wait for my Facebook group to grow. Get into your local groups and get into the comment section. I guarantee you this is going to be a really good way for you to start having conversations, meeting more people, and generating real estate leads. Okay, the very next thing is that I want you to consider doing Instagram content, and specifically doing a combination of not just real estate content, but doing, local content as well. So I want you to consider going on Instagram and creating local content that is going to be really that inspirational and lifestyle based content on Instagram in Reels and carousel format. So I want you to really have a couple of different styles of posts that you do, including local community tours, local home tours, local community spotlights for small businesses, things to do, where to eat, stuff like that. And then of course I want you to go into your niche and then incorporate testimonials, reviews, case study type of content. So using a platform like Instagram, or maybe you want to go, and take this same strategy, and maybe Instagram isn't the platform for you, but you go and choose to do this on TikTok. Now, you could also choose to do this on Facebook. I haven't quite done the same strategy on Facebook, but you could test it out, but create the local content and really make this content the content where people are going to be interested in you. They're going to be interested in your content in the local area. And you want to get really hyper local. So if you're in a big metro area, like if you're in Denver, you probably don't want to be creating content all about all of Denver, right? You want to really start with like the couple of cities around you. So if you're like in the Highlands Ranch area, you're going to want to go like Highlands Ranch and like the couple of cities around Highlands Ranch. So you can talk about Denver, but then break it down into a more hyper local level when you're doing the home tours, when you're doing the community tours, talking about the local places to eat, things to do, and everything like that. So that is your social media strategy, is creating content, short form content and carousel posts on social media that is going to attract people in to your, into your following, into your account, and then they start following you or they like the content, maybe they reach out from there. When you learn how to market and lead generate inside of your real estate business, you are going to enjoy your business more. You're going to have clients that want to work with you coming to you, and you are going to eventually be able to create freedom where you can choose to be more present in your business and in your life, and also to give you options to scale how you want to scale in the future. The third way that you are going to start generating leads is you are going to create video content on YouTube. So YouTube is a little bit different than social media because this is a search platform where people are specifically going into YouTube, and typically they're searching for information. Now, some people are going to discover your content as you get going because YouTube is going to know, hey, they're looking up these other videos and topics. I think this is related, and they will serve it up. But for the most part, with YouTube content, you are going to optimize the content for search. So you're going to go into YouTube, start playing around and typing in different phrases about home buying, home selling, your local area, community, neighborhoods, like about relocation, and you're going to find topics that people are searching for your local area, and you are going to create long form videos. Now, when I say long form, a lot of agents feel a little bit overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, if you make this huge long video. Listen, you can make a 5, 8, 10-minute video on YouTube, and that is still a long form video. So you don't have to like try to stretch it out to meet some goal number for the length of the video or anything like that. You just need to deliver good value and go a little bit more in depth. The benefit here is that people who are searching for information on YouTube, they want to watch the video. They want the information. And so they actually want you to go more in depth on this topic. And so when they're seeing your face, they're hearing your voice, it's almost like they're experiencing you like you are there in person with them. And so this is a great strategy for you to be able to go more in depth, earn that relationship. Now, like anything with lead generation and marketing, you are going to have to be in this for the long haul, especially with a transaction like real estate. It's going to take time. People do a lot of research, they do a lot of planning before they move, and they're not making this transaction every week, every month, every year. So you really need to be invested into these strategies for a longer period of time. But YouTube is something that you can then go and break up this content for your social media content. You can go and share links in the Facebook groups when somebody's asking a relevant question. You can say, hey, I have this video if you want to watch that, it could be helpful for you. So you can do more with your YouTube video content. And this is going to be really helpful for you over time to be working really smart and have this content that is going to be able to be found in search for years to come in the future. Strategy number 4 is email marketing. Now, the biggest component is that you have to get people onto your email list. And this is really important, especially if you are a newer real estate agent, to start early on in your career. You want to have a list of contacts that you can communicate directly with in case any platforms get shut down. For some reason your account gets hacked or you don't have access to it any longer. Like, there's so many reasons why you want a list of contacts that you own that you have the ability to communicate directly with. So like I just mentioned, when you're thinking about marketing and lead generation, it is a long-term play. You are not going to just see overnight results with pretty much everything. Like, you're going to have to develop these skills, start having conversations. So this is something where when you own your contact list, you have the ability to stay in contact with people for however long it takes for them to make that purchase decision, right? So email marketing, you're going to need something to get them onto your email list. Now, if it's somebody you know and you're in a local area where you've grown up and you have a big contact list, you might be able to just reach out to people and say, hey, can I add you to my email list? I'm going to be sending out a once a month, twice a month, once a week email about real estate in the local area, and they may give you their contact information, their email address to do that. But there's a lot of people that they are not just going to give you their contact information freely. So if that is the case, you need something called a lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet is an item of value that you can provide to somebody in exchange for them giving you their contact information. So a couple of lead magnet ideas for real estate agents. The two most common ones is for, on the buyer side, is a buyer's guide, and on the seller side, some kind of home valuation report, a CMA, something like that. So that would be a lead magnet for somebody that's thinking about buying, a lead magnet for somebody who is a homeowner that may be thinking about selling or just wants to stay up to date with their home value. Now, those are very basic and they are good, but I like to add in a couple of other lead magnets that you can provide. So the one thing that I want you to think about here is, as you get going in real estate and you find out who you really like to work with, you really want to cater the lead magnets that you're promoting to that group of people. So I personally, me and my mom, we're working the 55 plus niche in the Phoenix Northwest Valley. And so for me, I need to create lead magnets that are going to be for those people, right? I need to be creating something that 55 plus niche cares about. I need to make sure I'm doing the right area. So think about what those people are going to care about. And I want you to have a niche guide, and I also want you to have, or it could be a checklist or something like that as well. But I also want you to have a local guide, because people care about more than just the homes. They care about the lifestyle that they're going to be living. So what is the lifestyle like around you? What are the things to do? What would your ideal person care about? So some ideas for this is you could do a quarterly, just general local guide for your area. Spring, summer, fall, winter, things to do, where to shop, where to eat, events, all of that good stuff. You could also do like a major events download, and you're like, hey, this is the monthly download and you're going to get this every single month. I'm going to send you a list of local events for the month in area. So that is some ideas. And then from there, once people are on your email list because they've opted into receiving that, you can continue to update them about your local area, what's going on with real estate, and then nurture them, build that relationship, and try to engage in more conversation, try to see if you can get replies or get them to go to another piece of content where then they're going to raise their hand and maybe ask a question, let you know that they want to chat about their real estate goals, they want to talk and see if you're going to be the right fit for them. And then you continue to nurture them, build a relationship, and convert them into clients over time through your email content. And last but not least, we have in-person relationship building. So there are so many different ways that you can do this. And depending on your personality, you may just have to figure out what's going to work for you. I personally do not like stuffy traditional networking events. I went to a lot of them as I was a brand new real estate agent, and I just got really over them because I was in a room with like 50 people. It was an environment that I wasn't super comfortable in. Lots of, it was just like a very traditional networking environment. But half of the people, if not more, in the room would be real estate agents. And I'm like, what am I doing here? This is crazy. This is such a waste of my time. And I'm uncomfortable. And I'm not saying don't do things that are uncomfortable, but there are other ways to meet people and do relationship building in person. And real estate is so much about relationships. So how can you get face to face with people, build relationships, build connections? They get to know you, you get to know them. And then when they have a real estate need, you're there. You're somebody that they know and that they trust and that they like. And you have an opportunity to serve them and their real estate goals. So you might want to think about joining a gym, starting a hobby, trying out different classes. Maybe you want to start volunteering somewhere. Maybe you want to host a meetup group, a walking group, a fitness group, a mom's group, a dog mom's group. Like there's so many things that you can do. How can you semi-regularly get in front of people? Now, you can also get in front of people one-to-one. I mentioned earlier, in the Facebook group saying, hey, I've enjoyed this conversation. Would you want to get coffee or hang out sometime? Like, maybe not everybody's going to take you up on that offer, but do that enough times and you're going to have a pretty solid relationship bank where you're building relationships with people. And again, you're going to be in front of them. They're going to know that you do real estate. It's going to come up. And so when they have a need, you can be there to serve them. I love online marketing. I love digital marketing. But nothing is going to solidify a relationship as much as being able to get face to face with somebody. And so if you can get in a room with somebody and you can build a genuine relationship, not one where the only reason you care about them is so you can do a real estate transaction, but you care about them as a person, you have a shared interest, or you have something that's connecting you, you have such a better chance at serving that person when it is their time to transact in real estate than if you never get in front of them and the only way that you can do that is, through an email or something like that. There's just something, it's just a next level experience when you have an in-person relationship with somebody. And this is something where you have to prioritize time, right? Like content is nice because you can create content and you can get it out, and one piece of content gets in front of 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, right? Or more over, months and years. But in-person relationship building is the best thing that you can do to really solidify a connection and relationship. So remember that you are investing into people and your relationships with your marketing and your business. And so anything you do lead generation wise, I want you to keep in the back of your mind, if there's people here in your local area that you can be getting into a room with, and on what schedule do you want to make that your goal? Is it a weekly thing? Is it a twice a month thing? Do you want to have one in-person meeting a week, and then every month you do a large group meeting or a group hangout or something? Think about that, set a frequency, and I guarantee you that the more relationships that you build and the more people know that you're doing real estate, you're going to have a better chance at earning their transaction, earning that real estate purchase, the sale, the referral, whatever it is, because you have that in-person relationship established. They trust you, they know you, and they know that you can help them meet their goals. Real estate marketing and lead generation really does not need to be complicated. You need to have content, you need to have conversations, you need to build relationships, and you are going to develop a strategy and a mix of activities that you do on a frequent basis that is really going to become second nature for you over time. Now, if you are a newer real estate agent and you are looking to gain momentum and get your real estate business going, and you want to avoid the mistakes, you want to save time, by avoiding all the mistakes that I personally made as a real estate agent, then I want you to watch this video that I've queued up for you. This is the way that you can get going, get momentum faster by avoiding all these mistakes that I made early on in my career and that I wish somebody would have told me up front. So watch that if you want to save time and get momentum and get off to a better start in your real estate business than I did 8 years ago.